Hello everybody, First Month is here again today with I said a new and really different kind of video than is about my knives and the other knives, not only about my knives of course, but I did some some other different side video when I spoke about the batoning. That was kind of, it was in knife topic, but it was still in a knife. This is something different. This is my first video which will not talk about knives and anything. Just I will use a knife, but just for a ferro rod. But this video is about fire starting. The point of this video is so many people is buying and having the ferro rods as, like, I think today is like kind of fashion to have ferro rod. I don't mean this is there is no word on the tool. Definitely it is great tool, but sometimes I feel it's like overpriced in the situation we will talk today. And that's very important, because we will talk about what most of survival teachers or instructors said: 72 hours. 72 hours is a critical for surviving, because they said after 72 hours everything turns worse. Maybe people are tired, don't get any food, maybe even water, and so many things can happen. So simply 72 hours is critical. So we will talk about 72 hours survival fire tool. That's very important. I will not talk about forever, because of course if you know how to use, and if you got a big rod which you can strike say 1,000 times, it's definitely much more than if you got this package of normal matches, even the small one of course. So I will not talk about the long-term survival, because the ferro rod there has definitely its place, and I think it's one from the greatest tool to have after knife. But if we will talk about 72 hours, then we don't need any tool for which you can strike, say, I don't know if the big one can make 1,000 strokes or strikes for a fire. This one could be, I don't know, few hundreds. It looks like that because it is used. So definitely a couple of hundreds times you can use this for sparks. But if you are in the situation, you don't need strikes 1,000 times. Ideal situation is strike one and then you go to fire, and then we are somewhere else. The point is, so many people which was lost when I see the documents, etc. And I'm talking about the like user, definitely not like some survival expert instructor. I'm not that. And maybe in this point of the video it is the good idea, because if some survival instructor, even expert, is lost, and probably he will have less problems. Probably you never know, but his or her chance are really bigger, because he knows, or her, sorry, I will speak he, but I mean of course man and woman, doesn't matter now. He can sort so many problems because he know how to do it. Even he could be prepared for it. So maybe he got some equipment. I mean, he got a knife. Of course he knows how to use the knife. He's got maybe the ferro rod, and he knows much better how to use it than, I said, average people. And that's very important. We are talking about average people, normal people, and we'll give them, because I will play now the average people, average man, which heard about the ferro rods. I made just couple of fires by the ferro rod. I'm not an expert. I still need to learn it. I still struggling sometimes, because sometimes I feel when I see some video on YouTube, you know, I see that they go to some wood, you know, they make a kindlings, then they do 2 strokes and it's firing. I don't know how it's happened, because I did many times even with birch bark, and it still doesn't fire. And maybe it's more wet, you know, because I live in different country. It could happen. Of course, my skills in there, or my less skills is there. There's no doubt. I don't want to talk about my skills, because my less skills is good for this video. So imagine man which is lost, and which can choose few fire starting equipments, include the ferro rod, and which of these equipments could serve for him better for 72 hours surviving, not for a month. 72 hours. It's very important. So I'll take myself a bit more. I know how to use a knife. I think I made a couple of fires with that, so I'm some, how to say, educate the man. That's something else, because there could be people in war situation. Maybe they don't play with the knife so many times, even outside. Maybe they never go outside. Then it's interesting why they're hiking somewhere. But let's take the situation like this one. And maybe they seen on YouTube or someone who started the fire with the ferro rod. And these guys said, okay, because these survival experts recommend ferro rods to have, so I put it into my pocket, because if I will somewhere will be lost, then I can use it for fire starting. But unfortunately, they got knowledge, or maybe they've seen it, but they never did it. Maybe even one time, which is basically not really that much. Well, so that's ferro rod. We will compare it to normal matches. These matches are not windproof, not waterproof, nothing. These are normal matches. That's very important, because as we spoke, there is not so many people. I not mean some bushcraft people. I not mean some survival people. I mean average people, which sometimes go to nature and maybe do something. Most of them knows how to play with matches, but maybe they don't know how to play with this one. Maybe they know how to use the lighter, of course, normal. Because these two equipments are much more useful and knows for average people. That's very important. So question to this video is it really better for 72 hours to have something like that in your, you know, EDC bag or emergency pocket, something like that, or is it better to have something like this one? Before I will start some firing here, let's talk about these. These are waterproof storm matches, of course. You can maybe see that. There's, I think, 20 pieces of them. So these are, as I remember, these are, oh, sorry, compared to the normal one. These are normal. These are, I think, windproof, and they really are. What is important, the price of these, I don't know how much. It's really nothing. Say half US dollar. I don't know, even less. I really don't know. I forget it. It's because it was nothing to remember. These are, I think, waterproof. When I played with these, I just started the fire. Then I put them onto the water for a few seconds. Then I took them out, and they start to burn again. So these could be really powerful tool for someone who want to survive, who needs to survive, and he don't want to have so many equipments, even or especially if he doesn't know how to work with this one. So I got plenty of them, see that, in this, and there is some space still for more. You know, say that I can put 5 of them more. Even, you know, imagine these. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 13 the red one only. 13 the red one, and even I think more than these. So there's about 25 matches inside. Do I say these are better for this one? Definitely not, because this one takes less place. That's important. Less space in my pocket, somewhere there. I can use it much more times. And of course, if this one will be wet, so I can use my trousers or whatever and make it dry and start the fire again. On even without that, just use a few strokes. This one could be worse. Of course, that's real true. But of course, when I will have this one, I will take these. You can buy this one for $7 bucks. Aluminium survival box, they call it. You see there is insulation. So when you use that, of course, sorry that I'm showing you like for really people from different planets, but just for the video. Now it should be waterproof. If it's not, it doesn't matter really, because if I will have their survival matches, I will put them into the another, let's say, bag. You know, I put some plastic package, and I will put it in there, and I will seal it. Then definitely after this, I will have few of them. So let's try. Let's check a space. You know, these are waterproof. Well, I don't know if you see that. You seen that? There is a. I'll show you in this way. I'm touching the head of the match. I got this spare out, which is about 1 centimeter, maybe less. 9 millimeters, maybe 9 millimeters spare of these. Why it is important? Because I will tell you after a short time. So I'll feel. I said I got 13 of them. The red one, red head, I'll call it. I'll put all of them there. Well, see them? All of them there, 13. And I feel less than half of the space. That's important. So 13. So I'll take 3 of them back. There's 10 now inside. I put 5 these waterproof matches in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I've got 5 there. See that? So it's fine. Have a look how many space or how much space I've still got there. I got 15 special matches for the size, and because they are a bit in special size, I can put there, say, about 20 normal matches for similar size, I mean similar space taken. That's very important. Then of course I can put there some strikers, of course, may talk from that from each package, even from the big one. So I got 15 of them there. Now I will put their back to my original package. Let's say that. or box, maybe it will be better. And I will use for this, I will not say test, but experiment, which will be maybe better. I will use normal matches, not these special. I will use the normal matches. And of course, question is for anyone who wants to play this survival game. So, as I said, I will use these normal matches. Even no, you know, I'll be hard for myself. I'll take the smaller one. I'll play with these smaller. You know, I've got normal bigger and normal smaller. You see that? This should be the easiest, cheapest, and whatever of these I got here. So I'll use them. Of course, I will use the lighter, and of course I will use the ferrule rod. And because I want to be, I put something more forward, because what is it basically better for the matches, even for lighter. When you use this one, you don't have something, I mean, if you start it immediately, you don't have something what will start to burn. Even if these sparks can make 1000 degrees of Celsius, there must be still something what it will burn, what it can burn, and then of course you start fire. Here you don't need. You see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry for that idiot things, but you know, 5 seconds and it burns simply. That's important. And of course, so this is the normal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 seconds. The advantage of the matches is there is already a wood which burns. That's a very important thing in this let's say test or experiment, as I said. That will be much better. Before I'll start, I'll show you something. I got this plastic bottle for, you can unscrew it so you can put the insulation there, but it is there already. What I've got inside, this is help for my ferrule rod. I got it in my like survival package, or you know, my survival bag. Here, everybody knows this magnesium. I would say that magnesium piece of magnesium. We know it. Let's have a look for the steel, how it's hardly used. You seen me how much magnesium is taken. Definitely, like so many people said, don't buy this one because you know you destroy so many these steels before you even use one piece of the magnesium, which is true, definitely, yes. But the magnesium can help you to burn in with somewhere else. What I do, why I got it here, as I said, this is survival. People said that the mix of these, the steel and magnesium, is already in that ferrule rod. Yeah, definitely it is. But if you buy the big ferrule rod like this one is, pay much more than this one. This one cost me, I think, seven bucks. I think 6 or 7. I'm not sure. Very cheap. When you want to buy some ferrule rod which has the, I don't know, potential for so many, you know, there will be so many magnesium, it will need to be simply the mass of it. So this one is the tiniest ferrule rod I've ever had, and with the whistle plus the striker, it cost me much more than this one. What I want to say is, you need to pay much more for the ferrule rod, which compare the size of the magnesium here. So if I'll take these two, so this could be better option for me, but it's just my point, my opinion. Only if I want to use first time, I will scrape off the magnesium, and then I will start the striking. And now going to the point, what is inside of these soft is actually soil paper, because it's very soft. What is inside? Of course, the magnesium. So when I will open this, I got scrapped magnesium already done, ready for fire starting. As I said, this is emergency. And what I got there under that is, it is pine wood. Okay, you can call it a fat wood. See that? So this is there. So what I already have ready to use, and that's very important for this video also. It's ready to use the magnesium for stroke, I believe for 1-2 strokes, and it's firing. And of course I got the wood which will burn a bit longer. So what this one supply is, of course, the mass of the matches. So something what will start burn for a few seconds, and of course it will ignite kindlings and whatever material I want to start to use. So that will be this one. And in the end, I bought for this experiment this. You know, this is, I don't know what's actually that. Sweet fire, they call it. Is a strikeable long burning fire starter that's good for the planet, great for your next adventure, they say. So they say also it's not good in California or something. I don't care about that. But what we see here is a top of the match. We know it. So, and they said one of these will burn 15 minutes. 15 minutes. So we will make another experiment with this one, because I will use this one for first time. I seen one time use something similar like this one for fire making, and that was really nice, because the guy which used it simply started burn. He put it in the under the prepared fire, and that's it. That was not, I think he doesn't make any really big or small kindlings, or you know, something like. He didn't play with the fire that much. He simply started this one. Of course he put some small tiny branches there and build a fire. So not our, I like that, but not our playing with the kindlings, you know, splitting wood and whatever these things, because simply he don't need it. So maybe something like this one could be another option for the guy who wants to have something like, you know, in survival bag. If we just theoretically, if we speak about this one burn 15 minutes, about, let's say that this only, the head, will burn, I know, I'll try 1, 2, 3, should burn, say 3 minutes just by itself, maybe. I don't know, let's say I never use that, we'll see today. So if this one will burn 3 minutes about, then basically you need just say these 3 heads, put it into some waterproof bag, and you are done. You got everything you need. But we'll see. Now start the fire. And last thing which I didn't say is I got the birch bark. This is much helpful, of course, and especially for the ferro rod. So now I will do for the camera, I will start, I will play with time. I'll play with time, and I will start to burn. The point is how fast I can burn this. I can start the fire with the birch bark, and I will not use the fire. I will not start any kindling. I will not do. Just important is how long it takes to make a fire with these 3 tools, and 3 tools I mean match, lighter, and ferro rod. And for the ferro rod especially is this one advantage. So I won't put it a little bit forward, but you know, it is time, because sometimes it's a matter of time. And of course this is dried. There is dry outside now. I don't have a cold or wet surface for it. It means everything is fine. Imagine if you are tired, you know, if there is wet around, maybe it's raining, maybe it's snowy, you know, so everything would put the situation worse, especially for ferro rod. Again, I said, talking about 72 hours, that's important. So let's start. I will adjust the camera here. So I put all these things out, and I got these. Okay, I hope you will see everything here. So, you see that one? Yeah, good one. Okay, I've got a piece here of I'll prepare it for each dot. 1, 2, 3. But it doesn't matter now. All these things, because important is simply how fast it will take to burn this one. Sorry, I'll adjust the time. Well, I'll start with the hardest tasks. I don't know if you see that. Ready. So I got the knife, I got everything done. Everything's done, so it should burn very, very fast. I got great knife for it, I believe. This one, and I of course put there something what will ignite, I hope, better after that. So can you see that? Yes, I hope so. Yeah. So 1.9. I don't know if you see that. 1.9. So I got a fire. So very, very, very nice. Nice one. That wasn't bad. So I don't need basically to use anything else, because now I will do something stupid for you. Maybe you think so, but start. Yeah, this one is worse. This one can happen. Well, so we get a fire. See that? It is 18 seconds. Yeah, 18 seconds. Even with the play here around, even with the lighter was 2 times off. I said so. It was. I'll burn it on my. So sometimes you need to cover. You need to cover the fire with that, but it takes 19 seconds, even less, maybe 15 if I will be really I'll say will be really fair. That's the word. Oh god. And of course a normal the simplest match I've ever used. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds. Why would it want to be hard? 6. So these guys for someone who said, oh, what the guy is doing, the stupid things there, important on this video is how easy, how more easy, how more nature is to use matches for us. And imagine we got the birch bark here, which of course is easy to help starting fire with any of these tools, but the most helpful it is for the ferro rod. I can burn even this is piece of dried spruce. See that? That's advantage. There's nothing I need to do to start the fire. Of course, that will be now really interesting. Now maybe really stupid, but the important is you know what I mean. So that's important thing, guys. You can see how easy, how fast, how I can start the fire in these very good conditions. That's very important. Now, a bit experiment. Hope you will enjoy that. Oh God, that's really big and huge. I was surprised how these guys. I will start with these. You know, they put these two strikers there. They are harder than normal. They are sealed in sealed bag. So I need to open it. So these. I will use the another one. So these are thicker than normal strikers. Oh, I'm surprised, guys. But the experiment for this is also how, not this, because of course I believe when I strike with this, how it will burn. And but how can I use this one for fire starting with the ferro rod, with the lighter, and with the matches? So I will use this one. Oh, sorry, you don't see it. I'll just and they are separating nicely. You see that? To be honest, I don't know. Have you seen it? I'm using. You see that? I'm using the knife just to make small pieces here, and it is with this small, tiny, sharp knife. Very nice, you know. It's like dust. I'm making dust from it. I'm wonder. Also, I never seen these, as I told you. So, see that? Let's have a start. God. Huh? It was. Oh. I seen better rods. Oh God, I need to buy another one. Yeah, that was a piece of wood, guys. How is it possible? let's do it in this way. Is everybody so everything's burning here, not just think I want. Yeah, see now. So it was, I need to use this different way. So as you can see, it's burning nicely. I will say quite fast. It will be quite fast. I'm using this knife first for this ferro rod, so I don't have experience with it, but that's very important. But basically, as you can see, just few strokes. If you know what your knife needs, and as you see, just the piece of that is quite burning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 seconds nicely. As you can see, I'll put there pieces of normal slices or dried spruce. So it's burning. So the conclusion, this is experiment for me, as I said. Maybe this one helps you sometime. Now we can see this one. It burns on the floor. Still burning. Oh, I can't believe that. So this piece of these can help you, to have something, like fat wood, as I spoke. So this is really great. So fire lighter. Sorry, I must put there some cover. Wow, it's burning. It's burning. See that? Nicely. So it's burning, and of course, how it could be different. So you can see nicely. So this one could change your mind. What can really help you in really bad situations? What equipment, I mean, especially for the fire starting, will be better for you or not? Now, just for you, I will do, and I'll stop it. I'll put it. I don't know. This is a stone. I will put it in a stone. This is normal match striker. I'm starting. Fire. They put there some warning that the smoke isn't good for your health. Some reason, I don't know what's there. I don't care now, especially if you need to start fire, then of course you don't care probably that much about these things. So I didn't use the special starters. I used the normal strikers on the matches, on these shitty silly starters. Of course these one, the full, will be better, but as you can see now we got the 50 seconds started. So now I'll put this one here, and I will talk. It's over one minute. I don't know if you see that. It's over 1 minute burning, and it looks like it will burn a couple of minutes still. So what I want to say, maybe this video will change your mind for what equipment are better for your survival, 72 hours survival, like fire starting equipments. That's very important, because this is very popular today, and maybe you are so good, maybe you know how to use it every day, every time, everywhere, then okay, that's fine. It's, you know, it's just I'm not that good, I'm not that skilled. But for normal people, it's much more easy, much more useful to have some box like this one, even smaller one. I mean, not really small in this size, but in this size, because of course you need to have some longness. I won't say that. You need simply to have the same length, or even a bit more. And why I spoke about the spare space? Of course, imagine you got this one, or fat wood, or whatever, and you will put, you fill the space place in there with these something. What is it? I don't know what it is. So you will make the full this one. Then you got much more. You know, you got already fire. I say, if there will be really shitty condition, maybe you will have troubles. But if there will be normal average conditions, a little bit windy, a little bit wet, etc., then probably you will have no problems. Of course, you can split these heads. You can buy these. You can split these heads for 2, and you see that actually it is nearly 3 minutes burning, and it looks like it will burn quite a long time. I expected less, but to have matches here, even if you want to be sure, you can buy a very cheap lighter to have in your pocket, just, you know, like normally. But if you fill this one with 15, I say not normal matches, not the cheapest one, but the second cheapest one. But if you want to be super extra sure, you can buy the windproof, even waterproof, and then you got something. And I believe if you got 72 hours, which means 3 days, which means you got 5 matches for a day to start one day, each day one fire, then probably you will have more succeed and you will struggle less than if you got this one, if you don't know very good, very properly how to use this one in every conditions. I started fires with matches only. I never used, sometimes a couple of times this one, but it was not really many times. Many times, for decades, I'm using the matches in a winter, in a autumn, in a spring, even in of course summer. I'm using the matches only. Most of time I'm not using paper. Most of time I'm not using birch bark. I'm using just kindlings from the wood for one. I need one match. If it is really hard, windy, and whatever it is, if there will be 2, it's really unusual. And maybe I use the 3 matches for one fire, maybe once, and even 2 times in my life. Sorry. So I needed to stop the video. I've been out for few minutes. Just it is. I don't know. You see that 6:20 minutes. It's still burning. 6 minutes. So as you can see, pretty much is working. And as I said, is maybe if you got this one, or even the better matches, you fill this one, maybe you will succeed much more easy, much more like 100% sure with the fire starting than with the ferro rod, because as I said, it's more natural. Most of us knows how to use the matches and these things, so it's more natural for us. And if you never did this one and you got it in your survival something, pocket or bag, and then you really need it, and you are using it for first time or even just few times, then you are probably screwed. That's I think that's a logical thing. So all these video is stop burning is about 7:30, sorry, 7 minutes 30. It was a little bit less, but you know, I think it can give us some. Well, now I can turn it for myself. It can give us some option how or what to do. So this video is nearly 45 minutes. All this video was about think more, and sometimes to be in fashion with some modern thing. I mean, the ferro rods it is great if you know to use it and you are pretty much sure. Then just no doubt I'm not that. But if I take this piece of 25 matches, I think I can imagine myself to make 20 fires with these matches. I give myself 20% of fail. So I believe that, and so many of us can do it also, even with this one. And then if you find a piece of plastic, which is quite unfortunately usual today, piece of paper, etc., you got normal lighter for one bag, or I don't know how much you pay in USA or somewhere there, how much you pay for fire lighter, normal, nothing special. Then for 72 hours you could be much more fine, in my eyes. It's just my idea. Maybe you will not agree with me. You will be, you know, strongly behind the ferro rods because there is so many advantages there. Yeah, definitely there are advantages. I'm not saying that. I'm not say something against the opposite side. But if we are talking about 72 hours, for myself, I think for so many people, is to have matches inside some of box like this one, filled with, of course, you can put these two plastic strikers there, and just matches. Even put few pieces of this one inside, or even a birch bark like this one, and then you just start a fire in 15 seconds. That's important. And you don't need to have really tiny kindlings. Of course, small, yes, but as you can see, I did it just one piece, and I can burn it immediately. You can't do it with your ferro rod. As you can see, I can't slice one piece of this wood and start it with ferro rod. I can't do it. If you can, well, I don't know what wood you got there, but not here. That's it. I'm sorry about that. It was 48 minutes nearly. So I believe this one could help someone how to fill his own survival bag, survival package, something like that. Thank you. Have a nice time and see you next time. Bye.